What's up, guys? Welcome back to Weather Storm Podcast. Hurricane Shane Burgos, man, Coach John Rahn.
What's up, everybody? So we hit the S sacrifice last podcast, so we're gonna go into the T now of S.T.O.R.M. T for us is train, and we do a lot of that. So I want to try to take this maybe a couple different routes. I mean,
1,000 different routes to take it.
There's a lot that we can talk about with this. So maybe this is one where we do it, and then maybe you guys give us some feedback, and maybe we do it again. I don't know. But training for me, just from his strength coach, my standpoint is really unique because I work with a lot of athletes, a lot of different athletes, and they usually have seasons. So you get the baseball player that has the spring and the summer, and then they have the off season as their winter. When you work with fighters, they don't have an off season.
No off season.
So it's like, great. What do we do?
Stay ready, and that's why I've been preaching. And I preach that all the time. Stay ready. So right after a fight, we ease back into it, but stay ready. And I don't have a fight right now, but we just killed the workout earlier this morning. I'm staying ready.
Yeah, I mean it's unique. I really try to make the training for him, and any teammates that are coming in, his brother, or anybody else. I try to make it as fun as possible. Like, he's not gonna agree with that, but it's a challenge to make the training unique, where you're not just always counting reps and sets, and
it's not redundant. You mix it up. We're constantly doing different stuff. I mean, cardio is a huge part of fighting.
Huge.
These things get me in insane shape.
Awful.
Thank you to them. I mean, hate them, but they're awesome. But it's one of the things that you do is I never know what we're gonna do. Every time I come in, it's something new. Even when we're killing the bike, it's a different kind of bike workout. Sometimes it's a distance workout where we're burning as many calories as we can. Sometimes we're just doing a sprint. Sometimes we're doing a circuit. Sometimes we're doing sleds. Sometimes we're doing ropes. So it's constantly, my mind's constantly working, and it doesn't ever get boring.
Right.
Like, it sucks every time because I'm killing the workout, but as soon as the workout's done, it was a fresh workout, it was a new workout, and it was kind of fun, honestly.
Yeah. No, and I think just for anyone, even if you're a beginner to training and just fitness in general, and you touched upon it early in the podcast, when you finish a workout, you're accomplished. You feel like you won.
Yeah, those endorphins get it like immediately released. Like my wife calls Tuesday about. She sees me on Tuesdays and she's like, "Oh, you're the Tuesday blues." It's because that's my day off of training.
Right.
And when I'm not training, I don't get that chance to feel the rush of those endorphins. And I do get in a little bit of like a depressed mood. I'm a little bit crabby, I'm a little bit moody. And she realizes like, oh, and I didn't know what it was. And I was like, why is it every Tuesday? Like, it's my rest day. I look forward to it because I'm like, oh yes, finally a day to do nothing. And then I'm sitting around and I'm like looking at the time, I'm like, geez, 11 a.m. I still got a couple hours to do nothing. I guess I'm just gonna twiddle my thumbs for the next 12 hours. Like, so I get addicted to that feeling of those endorphins, and I freaking love training. As corny as it sounds, like I went to Disney World, and one of my favorite things to do on vacation is to work out. That's like one of my favorite things to do is have that, because I know I'm done. It's my relaxed time, but I gotta get my workout in. I gotta let those endorphins get released, and training that's my life, honestly.
Bit of a psychopath, but when you do get into a good consistent flow with the training, which obviously you've been doing for years, it's something that you miss it if you don't have it. And it's such a huge part of your life. And honestly, we could go back to the last podcast where you said you sacrifice a lot of your time. Time is one of the biggest excuse that people make for not working out and not getting into fitness. I don't have the time. Where listen back to what our sacrifice, the S in S.T.O.R.M was, because you just said it, like, your sacrifice has grown into something that you truly love, and like you really can't go a day without training. So much so that after fights, my job is to pull him back and say, take a fucking rest. And he's like texting me like, yo, can I just come do a light workout? And I'm like, yeah, man, just come in. But seriously though, like, training in general for anyone, it doesn't have to start at the level that you're at, and like these assault bikes that are now becoming a huge part of the fitness world, and especially the combat training world. It could just start with walking your dog and getting into a routine, and that's really what we want to cater to too. We don't want to just talk about the elite level athletes. We want to talk about just the regular person, that has a 9-to-5 job, and it's a lot of work, but training should be something that you enjoy, because it's a self-investment. Like, you are feeling better. Again, you're going into an octagon, and in your head, you're telling yourself, I gotta train this guy, I gotta work this guy.
Yep.
So
that's where all my confidence comes from in how I pride myself in how hard I train. I really do.
You should.
You instilled that outwork everyone into me, and every time I come here, I'm gonna kill this workout. I'm gonna be the hardest worker in the room, and when I get into there, I don't really get nervous because I know I'm like, I did everything. I sparred as much as I could, smartly. I did all my sprints. I did all my bike sprints. I crushed all my workouts. I was like, all the work is done. If I go out there and let the chips fall where they may, there's no way this guy outworked me. If he beats me, then more power to him. I just don't see that happening. Nobody's outworking me.
Nah. And then the training mantra in here is outwork everyone, and he's pretty much the poster child for it. But anyone could really outwork everyone if they choose to.
Yep. Outwork yourself too. Honestly,
Yeah.
I feel like training is so broad because it's not just physical training.
No,
you got mental training.
Big
you
time.
got the diet is you got to train yourself to do that. Because I feel like that's huge. I feel we could talk about that
Great point.
for a while because it took me forever. Like you've been trying to get me to count my macros forever, and it took me forever. And I actually just started. He trained me on how to count my macros, and that's been a game changer for this weight cut. My last weight cut was one of the smoothest ever. The strongest I've ever been, the biggest I've ever been. But going into the sauna, only had about 7 pounds to cut in the sauna, a little bit less than 7 pounds, which was like it was a dream come true for me. When I fought Cub back in May, the fight before my last fight, I had 10 pounds to cut in the sauna. So I was like, oh my God, that's the most I ever had to cut. So this one I had 3 less pounds, and that was just a huge load off my shoulders, just because, again, trained my mind on how to. You just kept force feeding it, and it worked, man. Counting their macros was I talked about it earlier in one of the podcasts before, and like I said, you can train physically, you can train mentally, you can train diet. Training is so broad and such a huge thing.
That's an awesome point with the training, with the nutrition, because you literally do have to train your body to eat a certain way and get into a healthy lifestyle. And I don't want to give too much info away, but we got some big news coming out with training stuff that we're gonna bring out eventually, but a little teaser right there for you guys. So stay tuned.
Yeah, so we got the sacrifice, we got train, and we'll hit the next ones next couple weeks. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget, make sure you guys like, subscribe, give some feedback, and you guys can follow us like right around somewhere over. It should be right here for me and like right there for him. All right, thanks guys. See you next week.
Go train.